Well, today I am here with my lovely friend, Miss Kirsten Olson. And if you've ever wondered about Yavapai Title in Yavapai County, which is where the Verde Valley is located, we're going to talk all about that today. So stay tuned. Kirsten is going to share everything she knows and more. Now, so with that being said, I just want to go back, just so you guys know, I met Kirsten when I first moved up here, up north, and I was in Prescott, and I was doing property management. And I'm not exactly sure, because Kirsten would drive around and deliver commission checks.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's how I originally met you, was you were delivering commission checks or something. I don't remember. And I wanted to market myself at this property management company. That's where I started, was in property management. And Kirsten was so sweet, and she volunteered to help me with my marketing. And she helped me put together, I think, my first postcard, my first
mailings, got you the labels.
Yes,
and
my labels, all this kind of stuff. And I was just reaching out to homeowners, little landlords and tenants that I was working with, and I just wanted them to know who I was. And that's how Kirsten and I met, and then we just sort of kept connected,
we kind of just kept going. We just became friends. We just became friends.
That's the best way to put it.
A lot of coffee later.
Yes, we did just keep going. And so basically, she and I have become very good friends. And she's always been very supportive of me in my changes with real estate, because I've been with one brokerage, then I switched to my current brokerage, my home group, which I love. And in the interim, Kirsten's been there helping me with marketing. And that's one of the things that the title agencies do for us, is helping real estate agents with marketing. So let's talk about that a little bit. Tell me, what do you do for us to make us look good?
Well, it's very interesting, because you do have laws and everything else that we have to follow under the guidelines for. So what in Yavapai County that we can do is we do help with creating postcards. We do have printers that will print them, and they charge for it. But we do have access to all the homeowners in the area. And we get that data from Yavapai County. So we can go to an agent and say, you want to look at non-owner occupied, you want to look at owner occupied. We can pull all that data. We usually do it in a label format. Sometimes they want it in Excel. And then we can go ahead and send it to the printer. They can print them right on the postcards, or we can give you labels. And that's usually one of the things that we do. A lot of the stuff you and I spent time talking over was technology.
Yes.
In our industry, it's continuously growing in the technology.
Yes.
And so that never stops.
No, that does not stop. And I have to say that that's part of the reason that you are seeing us on YouTube, is that we have to be where you are. If you're on YouTube, then we need to be there. I want to be where you guys are, and I want to address your questions and concerns. Part of the reason that I'm talking with Kirsten isn't just because she's my friend. She is, and I love her dearly. But Yavapai Title is my favorite title agency. It is. They are wonderful. They have offices everywhere that I do business. And I try to be really conscientious of, if somebody's closing on a house in Camp Verde, I use the Camp Verde Yavapai Title Office and the title agents there. If they're in Sedona, I use that one. So I try to be location specific, because it makes it easier for the seller usually, because their house is there.
Very much so.
And it makes it sometimes easier for the buyer, because that's where they're going to be buying a house, and they may or may not have already moved there. But I just try to support the different offices where the house is. So I have a lot. They have a lot of locations. We
are the largest in Yavapai County.
So let's talk about
you. We actually have one in Camp Verde, one in Sedona, one in Cottonwood office. And then over on the other side of the mountain, so if you're not familiar, you have Jerome over there, and then probably the mountain just breaks us.
Yes.
We have one in Prescott Valley, one in office in Prescott, one on Montezuma, one at Prescott Lakes, and one in Chino. So we are the largest title company in Yavapai County, but that's not all we are, because we have a sister company, which is Pioneer Title.
Oh yes, I use Pioneer Title too.
We are the largest in the state.
Oh, wow.
I was just told that, yes.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. I just learned it.
Well, and now I feel better because I do use Pioneer Title quite
that's
often as well. So now I feel better because they're sister agencies.
Yeah.
I'm very loyal to my allegiances. And Yavapai Title has been around how long?
61 years. Yavapai Title is a locally owned and operated with local employees that live in the communities that they work, which is really a benefit because some of the larger ones aren't familiar with our land. And in our land here, especially in my area, which I work in the Prescott area, we have mining claims and we are an old mining town. So some of our CCNRs say that you can't have single women. You can't have.
Did you hear that? Say that again.
You're not allowed to have single women in your subdivision. You're not allowed to have black people in your subdivision either. Granted, these CCNRs cannot be enforced, but back when they were created in the 1800s, it was a different time. But Yavapai Title's been around since 1964. We are the oldest title company in the community. Yeah.
Wow. I love that. I love that. And you used to work, you've been in the title agency world how long?
30 years.
I
know, I'm so sorry.
That makes me feel so good.
It just makes you feel old.
I love it. I love it.
I know.
But that just, the reason I asked was not to embarrass Miss Kirsten, but to point out that she has a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience, and that's why I wanted to do the little chat with her because she understands title agencies. She understands the needs of our buyers and sellers here in this county. This is a massive county. This county
we are the
covers,
largest county
in the state.
Yeah.
Okay, so now again, most of my business now, I'm really trying to stick to the Verde Valley side, but I have a love for the Prescott side because that's where I started, and I like that. So when I say I cover a large territory, it's not just Verde Valley, it's all of Yavapai County, which, where does it go to and from? I don't even know for sure.
So our borders in Yavapai County, part of Sedona is in Coconino, which is like the Flagstaff area. That's a different county. And then part of it is Yavapai County. And then we go to I want to say parts of Wickenburg, Congress down there.
Oh, really? That far?
Yeah, that far.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's very...
How far down 17?
To Black Canyon City.
Okay, you go down to
yeah,
that's
so like all Cordes
still...
Junction, that's part of us. Now going north, I'm not, I know we have Ash Fork, I'm not sure where we go Seligman wise.
You're in Seligman, I'm pretty sure, because I've done
Is that still Yavapai
yes,
County?
I'm pretty sure that's still
I'm not
Yavapai,
sure where that border is.
Because I did a transaction in Seligman, and I'm pretty sure that was still Yavapai County.
So then that's got to,
that's
border
got to
to
be
Kingman area.
Yeah. Which is,
it's huge.
It's huge.
It's huge.
So, just, I don't cover all of that anymore.
It's a lot of driving.
It's a lot of driving. I mean, it is. From my house to Seligman, one way is 2 hours. And honestly, I don't feel that I'm serving my clients as well when I'm not as familiar with the area.
No, I agree with you.
And that I can't be as right on top of things as quickly because that's a whole day of my time, 2 hours out, 2 hours back, whatever I'm doing there, and that's it. So a lot of times I may know the area, but I may choose to have someone else work that listing or that transaction, that buyer.
That's smart. That's very smart.
I think that's just being respectful to my people. So one of the things that I like about Yavapai Title is that they give my clients, both sellers and buyers, discounts. So you want to talk about that? Who gets discounts?
Wow, there's a long list.
We have time. Go for it.
We are regulated by the state banking, and so therefore, in state insurance, we actually have filed rates. And for our filed rates, we have discounts for seniors, we have discounts for first responders, discounts for nonprofits, discounts for vets.
Vets, of course.
Yeah, which you always love that.
I love that because I have, most of my clients are veterans.
Yeah, you have a big heart for veterans.
I do.
And we have discounts, I think, for first-time home buyers.
Repeat buyers.
Oh, yeah, you do have one for repeat ones
buyers,
and for investors.
Investors.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of them, and usually we can find a discount. Now, granted, you can't combine all the discounts. You can get one or the other. Sorry. Yeah, I wish could, but no. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But they do work. You really work very diligently to try and find what fits best. So you've got, you've got military discounts, you've got veteran discounts, you've got
I mean, I think they even do retired military.
They might. I'm not sure. There's another one that
because that one previous companies wouldn't
teachers.
Do. Yeah, they do teachers. That's
teachers
huge.
get a discount.
That's
any first responders, and that includes fire, police, EMT,
nurses usually.
Nursing.
Doctors not so much.
Doctors. Sorry, doctors.
Yes, sorry. Apparently they're in a different tax bracket. Sorry.
I don't know why. But anyway, there you go. But yeah, that's one of the other reasons that I love using Yavapai Title is because I am always watching out for my clients. I want my sellers and my buyers to not spend any money they don't need to, because buying and selling a house is expensive.
And
it's expensive
stressful.
And stressful.
Very stressful.
So whenever I can bring some discounts to the table by using a title agency that acknowledges my clients and what they are, and we can take a little bit off, it helps. It helps. Every bit helps.
Our economy right now is a little stressful for people, and so you know what? If we can make it a little bit easier, let us.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's kind of the thing that I also like working with Yavapai Title, because every one of the title agents I've ever worked with has just been absolutely so great.
That's
they communicate well, they follow up, they stay in touch with my clients, either side, and they just make it so easy. And when my clients have questions, they are very good at explaining the answers.
Well, yeah,
especially title questions with first-time home buyers.
Oh, that can
be
stressful.
You get this little list, and it says, here are all the ways that you can take title on your property, and they just call me, and I'm like, you need to call your title agent.
Well, and here's the thing: truthfully, we're told by law you can't tell them. We can't tell them. We can just give them
the information
and
okay.
So by law we're not attorneys, so we can't.
Good to know. Well, it describes on there. You can kind of read it and figure it out. But I mean, you can give examples, and I give examples. Well, it'd be like this or this, or this or that.
Well, and I tell them this is what I do. This is for me and my husband, or this is what we normally see, but it really depends on,
what your example might be. And so it's like, I can't really tell you because I don't know. Honestly, we can't tell them which one to pick because we don't know, and nor is it any of our business, what your relationship with your people that may be on the loan and or not on the loan, but you want on title.
Correct. We don't know what their estate's going to be, how they want to plan it.
Exactly.
And really, when it comes back to taking title, that's where it comes from. Is if I was to pass, what do I want my estate to do? And that's why we can't. So we usually tell them to talk to an attorney or their CPA because of.
That's true. That's very true. You made me think of a question there. Oh my goodness.
I do that too. I forget.
I'm sorry. I forget.
Okay.
Well, because I'm listening.
We'll come back to it.
Yes. Okay. So that's why I didn't remember, because I was listening to what you said. So that's a good cue. I have good listening skills.
Good for you.
I was focusing on what she was saying.
No, you come back
and I let it go.
Just text me tonight at 10. It's
yeah,
okay,
I'll do that. I'll do that. What was that we were talking about? Let's incorporate that. So I like that. And the title agents are great.
They're very seasoned. You know what, that's something that you don't see all across the board, and depending on where you're coming from in the country is we do have escrow officers and we do have title officers, and the escrow officers handle the paperwork. The title officers actually verify the property's free and clear and can transfer. But our escrow officers are usually about, I'm going to say 15 to 20 years of experience, which is not common.
That is amazing.
Sometimes you have some that have like 10 or 15. It's just a different level of experience and understanding, which is huge in our industry, because we do have clients coming from other areas of the country who don't understand how our state runs for escrow and title. Yeah.
Okay, so there's two things.
You want a
here's
pen?
the one. No. So the one, I remember what it was, is that you were talking about that they do title research. So what kind of things could people run into that might interfere with transfer of title? Tell me a horror story, because I'm telling you, they're out there, and I pray every time I get something with land, I go, please, dear Lord, don't let me have any title issues.
Well, okay, so one that's happened somewhat recently is in the Prescott area, our demographic is older. And so oftentimes people will come here to retire. They love our seasons. They love our outdoor activities, our golf, all of that. And I'm sorry to say, but sometimes they pass. And so we had a situation where mom and dad both passed, and it went into the kids as beneficiary. There were 8 children. And in trying to get all 8 to sign off on it and go to probate and everything else, we started having the siblings pass on.
Oh my God.
So
no way.
Which then in turns, what happens is that not only do you have to have mom and dad's estate tell you who's supposed to get the proceeds, but from that, if the proceeds are supposed to be divided out between 8 siblings and one of the siblings pass away, then that needs to go to probate to tell us what. Because really what escrow is here in our state is we're instruction takers. We're a neutral third party, and we take instructions. It can become a nightmare. So yes,
that I'm gonna.
Sorry.
I would if that were my transaction, I would have nightmares. I mean,
the poor escrow officer was so frustrated.
Awful.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my God, the likelihood of that happening, thankfully, is very slim.
Very slim.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
We generally, and in our state, it's very interesting. You don't have to sell property that has access. You have to disclose it on your preliminary title report or your commitment for title, if you do or you don't. And in your Verde Valley area, we had an title officer who said there is access, which means that you can get to the property. What they failed to recognize was that there was a big ravine that you couldn't get your car through, and how they were technically I'm watching her reaction. How they technically could get to the property was not the legal access. The legal access was going through this ravine and coming out the other side, which you couldn't do with four-wheel drive. You couldn't do it with any kind of vehicle. And then it became an issue because it was not viable. And so, that's what we do.
I love it. I love it. Because if there's no access, there has to be an easement. And an easement means?
That basically you have to have the property surveyed, and depending on how it's set up, you're going to have some neighbors, and you may have to have the neighbors agree that they will give you a portion of their property to use to get from their property to your property. And you can see it go 10 or 11 neighbors that you're driving through their property to get to yours.
Yeah.
It can become very cumbersome. It can become very drawn out. Sometimes legal counsel gets involved, definitely a surveyor, because they create the legal description on that easement.
Oh, yeah, on that little easement.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and that actually is not that unusual.
Not here.
Here, because we're rural.
We're very.
Now, in another one of my videos, Verde Valley Activities, you'll see that one. You can go look for it. I talk about it being a rural area, but we're not like boring here. When I grew up in a town of 700 people.
Oh gosh, no.
There was nothing to do.
No.
I mean, seriously, there was nothing to do unless you drove at least an hour, and that was sketchy even. So, I mean, I grew up in the middle of nowhere. This is not that kind of rural. This is rural, and there's big pieces of land, but there is something to do usually within 30 minutes of where you live or less.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And it's a very active community.
Huge.
Even though there's a lot of retirees who live here, it's an extremely active community.
Yeah.
Verde Valley is very active. The Prescott side, I mean, I come over to the Prescott side all the time because I love the activities here. I'm not the person who just goes, 10 miles in their neighborhood and goes home. I'm like, if it's within an hour, I will do it. So.
Well, and here's the thing. I don't know if you know, we send out a calendar of events
every
month.
Let's talk about that.
That's just what's happening here.
Okay.
But we send out a calendar of events of what's happening in Yavapai County to list off all of the stuff that's going on. It's usually way overpacked because when you take our side and the Verde Valley side, and there's so much going on all the time.
And you send that out once a month or once a week?
Once a month. Yeah, we
Maybe
do.
You should go to once a week.
Well, we do a video. We do a video on social of just what's going on that weekend, and then we start highlighting a couple things. But we're in fall, so you had the Pumpkin Fest going
Oh
on.
yeah,
And I
This
think,
is so gorgeous right now.
oh, I know. And then the sweet corn and your area, oh my gosh, you guys have the best farms over there. Oh my gosh, that is where you go for produce. If you haven't done a video, that's where you got to go.
Yes, we do. We have great produce. We have farms on the Verde Valley side. And what I will do, because you said you do a video, we'll put your link to social media, and we'll obviously refer to Yavapai Title in here, so you can all know all about Kirsten and Yavapai Title and how to connect with them through social media and things like that. Because I think that one of the things that is really important for people to know that are considering living here is activities.
Oh gosh,
what do you do here?
Oh gosh,
and I always say, if you're not doing something and you're bored, if you're bored, it's because you're not trying to do anything.
No.
You're not trying to find things to do.
No.
And like I said, I'll just refer back to the video that I did on activities in Verde Valley, because that's just a little tiny little nugget of what's
with
out
the
there.
seasons.
Exactly.
And that's the wonderful thing. It's not the same old stuff. It changes continuously.
Yes, exactly. And that's one of the things that I like about living here is the seasons. Now, the other thing I'm going to talk to Kirsten about is not Yavapai Title.
She's not told me any of these questions, so
she's winging it. So
bear with me. Bear with me. Okay, what do you got?
How long have you lived here?
Oh my gosh. My parents moved up here back in the mid-'70s, early 70s. So our 4th of July parade, which some of you may have known about, our oldest rodeo, used to have a lot of horses.
Oh.
We didn't have a lot of vehicles. Not that there weren't, I mean, there were, but we just had a lot of horses. Yeah, there was a lot of horses. But no, I've been here since the 70s. I graduated high school here. Yeah.
Okay. No, that's why.
I'm waiting for you to ask when.
No. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Promise.
Thank you.
You can Google her if you really want to know. Kirsten Olson, Kirsten.
Oh man, there you go. Oh man.
So anyway, the reason I asked is that you know this area extremely well.
Oh yeah.
You know the people. You're well connected. And here's the funny thing is that you focus mainly on the Prescott side.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean you don't know everybody on the Verde Valley side.
No.
It's one big company, one big happy family.
Yeah, and I have a counterpart over there. Well, actually I have two. Lucy Estrada, who I've worked with many years at a former company. And then we just hired a new gal, Shannon.
Oh, I have not met her yet.
Shannon Murphy, and she's been working that area over there
I haven't met her.
for years.
Okay.
Years, yeah.
Okay, cool.
But if you haven't gone to the Verde Valley, you definitely need to do Old Town Cottonwood.
Oh yeah.
I love Old Town Cottonwood.
We're doing Walk on the Main tomorrow.
The food is to die for. I'm just telling you right now.
We have good food over there.
They have amazing food. I mean, literally, I will drive from here to go to lunch over there. That's really bad.
Where would you like to go? We haven't had lunch together in a while.
Can't do that today, but hey, yeah.
Yeah.
And then my parents love your trains.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you have the Verde Valley train,
Yes.
and then you have the Blazing Elk Ranch.
Oh, yeah. I talked about both of those in the Verde Valley activity.
Those are amazing things. And for a community that is not a metropolitan area, it is awesome that you guys have this. Now, we don't have any trains over here. We have no trains. We have no Blazing Elk Ranch.
Yeah.
We're not. Yeah. We have car shows.
You have car shows. They have more car shows, which I do like.
Yeah.
And things. You can also, Williams is still in Yavapai County.
Yes.
And they have the train that goes out of
Williams
to the Grand Canyon. That's like a whole day
That's
thing.
going to be Polar Express come winter.
Ooh.
Yeah, so all the people that have little kids or want to go get cocoa, they give them bells.
Cool. And the Williams one or the Verde Valley one? Because they do a Polar Express for Verde Valley.
Do they?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know that. I knew they did the one in Williams. Yeah,
yes,
I didn't know
They do. I'm like, I'm not going on that with the little kids. I'm just
kidding. I'm
going to go on the champagne wine one.
Right, yeah.
The chocolate and wine. That's what
that's
my
the
name
video
on
that you post.
Oh, yeah. Me drunk on champagne and chocolate.
This is a great train. Sorry.
We digress.
Sorry.
We digress. But that's what friends do. So I have to say, I mean, part of the reason that I wanted Kirsten is, number one, she's my very good friend.
Aww.
And she's funny.
Oh, gosh. I'm not sure.
She's funny. She does videos all the time. She posts funny things all the time. She's the marketing person for Yavapai County, Yavapai Title, sorry, County.
In Yavapai County.
Yeah, Yavapai Title in Yavapai County. Oh my God. Yes, when I first came here, I did not know how to say that word.
No, a lot of people have
was
a hard time with that.
How do you, here's the thing. Is this not true or what? You've lived here a long time.
Yeah.
You have to look at a sign and you have to go, is this English, Spanish, or Native American?
Native American.
And that's how you can figure out how to pronounce things.
And here's the funny thing, and you guys will do it too. You'll look at the sign, because Yavapai is spelled Yavapai. And most people are like, Yapa, Yapa.
Yapa pie.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes. It's her. And I have a horrible time with the English language. So yes,
she speaks English
very, very poorly. But anyways, Yavapai. Yeah, no, it's funny.
Yeah,
most of it's Indian. Yeah.
Yes. And honestly, that's something you need to remember moving here. Is that. And Verde Valley means Green Valley, but it's
and
Spanish.
It is a Green Valley.
Yes, it is. So
it
Verde is Spanish, Valley is English. Well, I hope that you enjoyed the first part of the interview with Miss Kirsten. And now that you know a little bit more about Yavapai Title, stick with us, because in part 2, we talk about living in the community and what it's like living in a small town.